So last year also we have conducted a similar Gpat webinar, and this year also we are so happy to uh, initiate one more webinar for Gpat 2026. Unlike the Gpat 2025 program, this year we have a difference. Last year it was a crash course for a very short period of time, but this year we are planning for a long-term course, considering the request from the students and with an expectation to offer a long-term good service to students. So without wasting much time, uh, we would like to discuss further about the GPAT program. So let me share my slide. Please confirm if it is visible.
Yeah. Yes.
So today we will be discussing about uh, the basic aspects of the GPAT exam. So definitely, we believe that people from different semesters might have joined in this webinar. So students from fifth, sixth, and seventh and eighth sem, you might be probably know about GPAT, what is GPAT exam, and you might be preparing towards that. But definitely, we believe students from first semester onwards are here in this meeting. So we would like to give you a glimpse about what is GPAT exam, why you need GPAT qualification, who all are eligible for GPAT examination, and how you need to prepare, what are the core areas that you need to focus. Okay, and after that, we will also discuss about our academy. So, have you heard about our academy before? So, we would like to see you each other. So, we request uh, students, if possible, to turn on your videos also, and please do interact. This is an interactive session. Okay, there is no Q&A session, so definitely you can confidently interact with us. Okay. Have you heard about our academy ever before? Okay. Okay, fine. So if so we will also discuss about our academy, and we will also have our subject experts from different disciplines. Okay, they will also talk about their respective subject and other opportunities that we have in Samson's Medlin Academy, and our success stories, then other services, and about how we are going to initiate our GPAT course in our academy, like how it will be delivered to you, and about the course fee, its structure, and about the scholarship exam. Okay, so these are the details that we will be discussing today. So moving to the next slide. So what is GPAT? So what is the full form of GPAT?
Can I answer?
Graduate Pharmacy Aptitude Test.
Aptitude test. Thank you, Saidamar. So graduate pharmacy aptitude test. Okay. So it is a national level examination which is conducted in India for awarding scholarships to qualified candidates seeking entry to the master programs. Okay. So that is a very general information for you. Like all of us know that if you want to enter to an M.Pharm program, you need to have this GPAT qualification. Okay, that is an essential thing right now. And the most important benefit in taking this GPAT examination is that we get a scholarship benefits also while we are doing this program. Okay, that is indeed a very good thing. Okay, so this GPAT examination previously it was managed by AICT back from 2018 onwards. Okay, and later in 2023 it got changed. It is the National Testing Agency. Now the responsibility of this GPAT program lies in the hands of PCA, Pharmacy Council of India. So From 2024 onwards, it is the PCI who is managing this GPAT program, and PCI has given the responsibility for conducting the examination duties with NBEMS. Okay, so that is National Board of Examinations in Medical Sciences. So there is no need of any sort of confusion between this PCI and the NBEMS. So basically speaking, the responsibility of conducting the examination. That means moving forward, we will also search for when will be the exam, how to register, how the results will be published, syllabus. So all these details will be provided to you by the NBEMS, and the disbursement of the scholarship is actually done by the PCI. Okay, so that is the difference between PCI and NBEMS. So whenever you need to know any updates regarding the upcoming GPAT examination, you need to just log into the NBEMS site. So this is the uh, link for searching into this NBEMS site. Okay, so as of now, there is no update regarding the upcoming GPAT 2026 exam. So only up to GPAT 2025 exam details is included in the website. So all the further updates they will provide in this site itself. So as you log in to this website, what you need to do is just click into the examinations tab, and from there you can select the GPAT. Okay, GPAT tab. So from there you will get all the details about the upcoming exam. So this is how you have to navigate in the portal. So next we are going to see about why the GPAT qualification is essential. Okay, so we have just now covered that you will get scholarship benefit, you need it for M.Pharm program. Okay, so let's see what all are the other advantages of this GPAT qualification. So first of all, uh, getting the scholarship. Okay, so the PCA is granting a scholarship amount of rupees 12,400 per month to each of the GPAT qualified students for the 2-year program. Okay, so every month you will get a scholarship of rupees 12,400, which is indeed a very good amount that can be received by a studying candidate. Okay, and definitely this help is that you will get some amount for your studies, as well as you will get some amount for supporting your family also. The good thing is that some of you might be confusing about proceeding with M.Pharm program, maybe due to any financial constraints. So such people, you can think about this benefit, so which will be a good option for you. So no need to step down from your dreams or hopes. So think about this. So this is a good benefit that you can think. Next is if you are aspiring for uh, studying in top institutions like ICT or IIT or NIPER institutions, then this GPAT qualification is a very essential requirement. Okay, so apart from the your degree marks, they will also check for your GPAT qualification, and based on the rank, you can select the institutions. Okay, then next is about the recognition and the credibility. Okay, so in the first slide, we have seen that it is a national level examination. That means it is an exam conducted for the students across the entire states within India. So, do you know how many students have participated for the GPAT examination last year? Any idea? Hello?
Around 50,000.
Yeah, around 50,000. So approximately 47,714 students appeared for the Gpat examination in the year 2025. And out of that, only 4,000 students, near to 4,714 students were only qualified. So you can understand the difference or that gap between these two numbers, right? So out of that 50,000 students, only 4,000 students were able to crack this exam. So it is a matter of recognition that values itself shows you how much important the rank is, or how much important, if you are a GPAT qualified student, how much important that uh, credibility. Okay, so if you have cracked the GPAT examination, then you are a matter of pride wherever you go in your college. So in your upcoming institutions, you are a matter of pride for the institution, teachers, everyone. So it is definitely a matter of recognition and credibility. So if you are planning to write for GPAT examination, one thing that you have to remember and understand is you are not competing with uh, a short number of students just like in your class, or not with number of students in your college, or not with the number of students within your university. You are competing with n number of students across the different states in India. So definitely it is a very competitive thing to achieve. Okay. And today we would like to introduce before you one of our student. Okay, Achyut Aravind. Okay. So Achyut Aravind is one of our student who did his coaching in our academy last year. And Achyut was a very ordinary student who did his coaching along with us by attending our classes, attending the test in a consistent manner. And he has cracked this GPAT examination with a very good score. He has achieved the All India rank of 112, and not only that, he has also achieved NIPER. Okay, and today is he's a research scholar in one of the top institution, that is ICT, Institute of Chemical Technology in Mumbai, and he's pursuing his master's in pharmaceutics there itself. So, without wasting much time, I am handing it over to Achyut. Let's hear from Achyut. Okay. So, hi Achyut. Welcome once again to Samson Medlin Academy. We are happy to have you here.
Hello, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, you are
Yes.
audible.
Okay. So,
So welcome Achyut. As Junia
Samson
mentioned,
Medlin, and I studied in Pioneer Medical College. Huh?
yeah, welcome. You can continue. You can continue.
Yeah. So, I did my B.Pharm from Pioneer Medical College, and uh, so, uh, so I will tell you why coaching will be needed for GPAT. Actually, you can get GPAT with hard working and all without coaching, but coaching acts as a catalyst for you. Like, it will help you to be friends with like-minded people. Like, GPAT will allow you to be friends with who are preparing for GPAT. So it will help you along the journey. If you are in college and most of them doesn't prepare for GPAT, and you will preparing for GPAT, and it is very easy for you to get off the track. So it will help you to get along with like-minded people. So in my case, I have many friends from the coaching institute itself. So we used to discuss everything, what you studied, how much you studied, and so it was like another cloud, like another bubble, in which we only prepared for exam. Apart from college, we had another group where we prepare for the exam. So coaching will help you to find these types of group where you can go along. So also, this also means it's a catalyst. Like, it's very easy if you are using a coaching. It's very easy to study, and it actually helped me a lot. And to not derail, like, they will fix all schedule for you. Like, to study this week, they will teach this, and everything is scheduled. Everything is done for you. You just have to go on the track where they laid. Like, you just have to do what they say, and if you do it, you will get best rank. Like, it's easy. Just you have to do what they say. So everything is scheduled for you. So in also exam, I think I have written all the exam. I haven't missed one exam. Even though I haven't studied the topic, I will just write the exam, because the exam writing, after writing the exam, we will know what we don't know about that topic, means what basic we don't know. And also they give wonderful explanation. So even the question is right, I will just check again what the option, why not other option. So that answer is given the solution. So everyone should prepare, means my advice would be everyone, if you're joining, then everyone should write exam, means whatever exam, if you haven't studied at all, just write the exam. And and one more thing, the faculty is also great, and they provide great, they have great teaching experience. And I personally message them if I have any doubt, like if I couldn't ask them in the video class, I just ask them what why is it, etc. I can ask question to them. That's helped me a lot. And also the notes, the notes are, means it is a compilation of all the standard reference books. So we don't have to go and study the reference book. It's very difficult to study from the textbook. So it's actually very easy to study from the notes itself. So I just studied their notes only, and their notes are high level. Like it is high level and low level, both are there. So if you study everything, it will, you will have all knowledge. So in my case, I studied all the notes in them, and I will just revise it and just study what's important. So first I will read everything, then I will realize that it's too much. But then after studying again, then it becomes easier I saw. And that's how it was. And all the exam I attended, that's how I get, means consistency what matters. Usually in the initially I was not the best student from here. I think there were many students, like there were many students above me, but I was consistent, and that's how I got top rank. Others didn't was as consistent as me, that's why they got back, that's why they dropped rank. I was just average, above average all time in a Samsung medley. And finally during the exam also, I just prepared what I, means same level of preparing, I got the rank. So that's it.
Thank you, Achut. Thank you for your inspirational or motivation words. And we would like to hear from you about the ICT. One or two words about ICT.
Actually I am very lucky to get into ICT. Usually under 50 rank only people get. My rank is 100, and I got into because of the clashing of the schedule, like Niper MBA and both schedule was clashed. And actually I from beginning only I from beginning I had decided that if I get ICT I will join there. So I also got good rank in Niper. So but I skipped Niper because I had good rank in Gpat and both Niper. But my professor and all said that ICT is better. Niper is not bad, Niper is also good, but that's why I choose ICT. And ICT is like another thing, like here everyone is coming for studying, like there is no other thing, like everyone is busy, means researching and everything. So yeah, this is another bubble, like everyone is only studying here, so it's good for growth. I said.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Achut.
Okay.
Junior.
Yeah, thank you, Achut, for your valuable presence and words of encouraging. Okay, we wish you
Ma'am,
all the best.
I will join after some time.
Yeah,
Okay, I
sure,
will.
sure.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Achut. Thank you.
Okay. So, hope the words of Achut is encouragement to all of you. And here you can see a list of colleges. Okay, the college which Achut is studying right now, this Institute of Chemical Technology. Hope you are able to see that name also in this list. So this is actually a list by NERF based on the top pharmacy colleges. So every year there will be a revised list. So this is the list as per 2025. So if you are a person who is looking for a very good institute for your M.Pharm program, you can always research through this NERF portal and see what all are the colleges, and you can get more details of each of the college from this list. So this you can take it as an additional knowledge. Then apart from, so far we have discussed about the advantages of GPAT program with respect to your MPharm. Okay, like how it will help in during your MPharm program, how it will help in your studies, and what is the importance of qualification. So not only with respect to your education, even if you are coming out of the education when you are about to enter into a career, there also this GPAT qualification has an added advantage. Okay, if it is in the industry or if it is in the R&D field of a company, there also this GPAT qualification will have an added advantage. Okay, so don't think that it is only helpful to get the MPharm program or MPharm admission only. You will have its benefit throughout your career also. And if you're planning for a high level education like PhD program, there also this GPAT qualification will help you. You can directly apply for the PhD admission with the GPAT qualification without having other exams also. So that is also an added benefit of this GPAT program. Then you can enter into a lot of government as well as the private firms with the GPAT qualification, if even if it in the JRF position or scientist position. In those position also, like apart from your degree or post degree qualification, this GATE or GPAT, all these qualifications are valid. Okay, it has an added advantage. So next is, who is eligible for GPAT? Okay, so we were talking about what is GPAT examination, all the institutions, advantages. Now, who all are eligible for writing the GPAT examination? Suppose if GPAT 2026 examination is coming up, who all are eligible? So basically speaking, BPharm and MPharm graduates both are eligible for writing this GPAT examination. And with respect to BPharm students, so 7th and 8th SEM students, you can definitely write this exam. And 5th and 6th SEM students, you can write this exam but ensure that your results will be published before the MPharm admission. But definitely, if you are qualified, you can definitely prepare for the examination and you can write the examination. And if you get a good score, that score will be valid for 2 years and it will be applicable for entry into the sniper kind of institution. So that is a added information to you. So people who are from the first or second or third or fourth semester students, even though you are not eligible right now to write the GPAT examination, you can still have this GPAT preparation side by side from your initial semester onwards, which can give you a good foundation about understanding the question, seeing the pattern of questions. So you can prepare yourself towards the 8th semester when you are preparing seriously for the GPAT examination. Okay. So let me pause over here and we would like to hear if you have any questions so far. Okay. So next, regarding the core areas that we need to focus. So you are already going through the BPharm syllabus by PCI. So even for the GPAT examination also, the PCI given syllabus is you can follow, and these are the core areas that we need to focus for the GPAT exam. Okay, so if you look onto each of the subject, you can understand that each of the subject is coming either in the main domain of either chemistry or pharmaceutics or pharmacognosy, pharmacology. Okay, so uh, in the uh, in the case of GPAT preparation, you can see from this slide that the two important subjects that you need to focus is the pharmaceutical chemistry and the pharmaceutics. You can see that majority of the questions are coming from these two areas and the maximum marks is 150 for each of this chemistry and the pharmaceutics. Okay, so out of the 500 marks, so almost 300 marks is from 300 marks question is from the pharmaceutical chemistry and the pharmaceutics. followed by pharmacology, around 28 questions with a maximum mark of 112, followed by pharmacognosy and other subjects. So other subjects include the pharmacy practice, social and preventive medicine. Okay, so these subjects, so this doesn't mean that you can ignore the least important subjects like pharmacognosy or other subjects and give and you can by studying only pharmaceutical chemistry or pharmaceutics you can crack GPAT, and no need to think like that. This is a guide to you so that you can give preference to pharmaceutics and the pharmaceutical chemistry. Okay, the other subjects also you have to learn, definitely you have to learn, but the priority or the importance you can give in the order like this. Okay, so that much priority you need to give only for pharmacognosy, pharmacology, or for other subject. Majority of the questions will be from other disciplines. And with respect to the marking scheme, so for the 125 questions, so each question carries 4 marks. So if you have given a correct answer, you will be definitely getting 4 marks. If it is incorrect, there will be a negative 1, minus 1 mark will be deducted. And if you are not attempting a question, there will be 0 marks. Okay. And this is how the marking scheme of the GPAT examination till last year. And next we would like to discuss about our academy to you. So our academy is a coaching institute that provides coaching to a lot of competitive examinations, primarily to pharmacy students, pharmacists, as well as dentists. So we offer this program to not the different programs for GPAT, PSC, Gulf examinations, then central examinations, etc. Okay. Now, how Samson's Medlin can help you? Okay, if you are planning to enroll into this program, how we will be helping you in this GPAT preparation. Okay, so just now we have seen about the marking scheme. Right. So for correct question, you will get 4 mark. There will be minus 1 for incorrect answer. So the most important thing is to read and understand the question. That is very important. Okay. So some of the questions can be very straight way questions like which of the below is the drug given for gout, or which of the following drug is given in the case of glaucoma, or some questions can be very straight away. Some questions can be very tricky or confusing, like they will provide you multiple statements and ask you which of the following is incorrect, or they will ask you all of the following statements are correct except one. So reading and understanding the question is very important prior to answering that. Then next thing is understanding the concept. Okay, so you're a student who is getting prepared for your university exams, right? So what is the usual marking pattern for your university exam? Can anyone uh, tell me about your university pattern or questions for your university exams? Anyone, please? Shall I call upon your name? Akshaya. Okay. So,
They are very good in listening only.
so
Yeah, yeah.
okay. So,
Aisha,
majority,
Aisha is responding.
yeah. So, thank you, Aisha. So, I believe that majority, like 10 marks question, 5 marks question. So, during our time, there were only 10 marks question and 5 mark question, and nowadays 2 marks question are also appearing. Okay. So, that's a good thing. So, definitely you have essays or big paragraphs that you need to write for your university exam. And your internal exams or final exams are also like customized in that pattern, so that you are adapted to write the university exams, right? So in contrast to that, this GPAT examination is a multiple choice question. Okay, so simply if you are planning to write this GPAT examination, simply by learning the notes, or simply by learning in the pattern that how you're writing the university exam, it can be a little bit tough for you. Okay, not everyone can crack it so easily by just adapting to that university exam pattern. Okay, so for that you need to understand the concept first. Okay, if you understand the concept of what you're studying, like let's say about if it is about recombinant DNA technology, or if it is about the drugs used in certain systems. Okay, if you're studying about drugs used in certain organ system, you need to understand the pathology of disease. You need to understand the anatomy and physiology of that particular organ. So you need to understand everything. Okay, that is the concept. Then only you will be able to answer that question uh, in whatever ways. If the question is coming, you will be able to answer it. Okay, so understanding the question concept is very important. If you are well versed with the concept, then even if it is 5 mark, or even if it is 10 mark, even if it is 4 mark or 1 mark, you will be able to crack it. Next thing is practicing with questions and answers. Okay, so just like how you are practicing with your internal exam or final model exams in your college, we need practicing with questions and answers, how it is appearing in the case of GPAT examination. So for that, we are actually providing you a platform with question and answers. So from September 15 onwards, we are actually starting the live classes. You will get a live class for a particular topic. Okay. And after the completion of topic, you will need to attempt certain tests. Okay. So the purpose of giving you different types of tests is not to take you to some trouble. Okay. This is to ensure from our side that you are getting practiced with attempting or seeing similar questions appearing in the GPAT examination. So that is the only easy way to uh, crack the GPAT exam. Just like how we do the mathematics problem in our law classes. How much maths we are doing, that much is good. Just like teachers say, how much similar questions that we are practicing, that much benefit you will get. Okay. So in the current GPAT program also, we are providing you with a test. There will be topic based test and daily test for you. Both of them are entirely different. So topic based test means if you have a particular topic, you will have that particular topic based test. Then daily test is based on the previous year GPAT questions. Okay, so both of these you have to cover in one day. Then you will have questions for practice. Additional questions for practice will be there. Then you will have weekly revision test. So in a particular week, you will have different topics to study. Okay, some of that will be covered in live classes. Some of that them you will have recorded class or notes to study as a subtopic. So considering all those topics, you will have a revision test at the end of the week. And after that, at the end of the month, whatever topics covered in that month, you will have a monthly mock test, and you will have a final mock test also. So this is how we will be delivering you different tests in different times in our current GPAT 2026 course. Then next is after reading and understanding the question, the next important thing is analyzing the options or solutions. Okay, you know that there will be 4 options. Okay, so these 4 options can be sometimes very confusing. Sometimes if you're trying to eliminate the different options, maybe one of the option, 1 or 2 options if it seems to be correct. So it is a very important skill to analyze the option and take out the very correct option from that. So it is not a skill. You need to have the concept understand, and you need to and you need to have the knowledge also. Okay, it's not simply the skill. You need to understand the concept. You should have the knowledge to do that. Then we will also help you in analyzing those options. So in the upcoming slides, our subject experts will talk to you, and they will also show you with the example of a question how to address similar questions. Okay. So, and we have to also come to a correct conclusion based on valid references. We know that currently we have a lot of resources in our hand, like ChatGPT or Meta AI, where you can directly give questions and you will get answer. Okay, but we cannot always rely 100% on those questions or answers. Okay, so it is very important that we are following valid references for our studies. Okay, so that is how we would help you in your studies. And next is, we have already gone through this slide. So next we will be seeing from each of the staff about individual subjects, okay, about this pharmaceutical chemistry, pharmaceutics, and what are the important things that you need to focus about that particular subject, okay, how you need to plan for that particular subject, all we will learn. So with that, I hand it over to Swaliha madam, who is taking care of pharmaceutics. Hi madam. Yeah.
Hi, thank you, Junior Madam, and good evening to everyone. So, I am Saliha, and I will be one of the teachers dealing with pharmaceutics and allied subjects. So, before I begin, let me introduce our other experts from our subjects, Ansi Madam, Anjali Madam, and also Junior Madam, who is also the mentor of our Gpat. So together we will handle the different areas of pharmaceutics, and also we will be guiding you throughout your preparations. So coming to the subject, you can see there are many sub-subjects coming under pharmaceutics. Like from starting from semester 1 onwards, you have different branches of pharmaceutics coming. Like this, you can see here, pharmaceutics 1 is the physical pharmaceutics, microbiology, engineering, formulative pharmacy or industrial pharmacy, which is one of the most important topics you can see in all the competitive exams. Like you can get majority of questions from this topic. And like that, you have biopharmaceutics, pharmacokinetics, pharmaceutical biotechnology is the novel drug delivery system and all. So from this, you can get around 10 to 12 questions from this formulative pharmacy portion. That is from this tablets, capsules, and all. And you can get some around 8 to 10 questions from physical pharmaceutics and around 5 to 6 questions from the biopharmaceutics, biotechnology, microbiology, and 1 or 2 questions from other topics. So totally, you will be getting around 38 questions out of 125 questions. You will be getting 38 questions from this pharmaceutic subject only. So if you are able to answer all of this question, you will be able to score around 152 marks. So that is a good thing, right? From one subject itself, you are able to score this much mark means that is a good thing. So first of all, we need to understand how the questions are coming from this portion. So we can see one example. Madam, can you please change the slide?
Yes.
So this is how you get a question. So this is a question that is previously asked. So you will be having one question here and 4 options will be there. So out of this, you need to select the correct answer. So the question is, in the process of sugar coating to prevent moisture penetration into the tablet core, which one of the following step is performed? And 4 options are given. Option A is seal coating. Option B, subcoating. Option C is syrup coating, and option D is polishing. So this about question about coating, tablet defects and all are seen in most question papers. Okay. So here the answer is seal coating. So we have different types of coating in tablets like sugar coating, film coating, and here sugar coating is one of our traditional method of tablet coating. So there are different steps in tablet coating. First one one is seal coating, then sub coating, then syrup coating, then finishing with colors and all, then finally polishing. Madam, can you change? So here in this table, we can see different steps in detail. So the seal coating is also called as waterproofing because the main purpose of seal coating is to prevent the moisture penetration into the core tablet. So we are doing this with polymers like shellac or zinc, but shellac have a problem. Like upon aging, it polymerizes and it can prolong the disintegration or dissolution time of the tablet. And followed by the seal coating, we will be doing subcoating, and then subcoating. Following subcoating, we will be applying a syrup coating. In this, we will be applying a sugar syrup and coloring agent. So all the tablet surface imperfections will be filled and it will give a proper color to the tablet. And finally, the polishing step with the wax or polishing agents. So have you seen this gems chocolates and all? Like it will be very attractive in appearance, right? It will be very colorful, like you can see it in different colors, red, blue, green and all. And it will be having this shiny appearance. So this sugar coating is just like that. So here we can see seal coating is used to prevent the moisture penetration into the core. So now our answer is seal coating. So by now you must have got an idea about the sugar coating, right? So afterwards, if you see any question from this portion, you will be able to recall this. Right. So this is how you will be getting questions in the exams. So I guess you got some idea about the topic and some idea about the pattern of the questions. So I would like to conclude here. Thank you for listening. So I will hand over this. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. So next, I would like to hand it over to Naina, madam, for discussing about the pharmacology and allied subjects.
Thank you. So hello everyone, myself Naintara. So I'll be one of the teacher who's handling this pharmacology along with Unmesh sir. So as you all know, what is actually pharmacology? It is a study of drugs, right? So we know that as you have already seen in Gpat examination, you will be getting 28 questions from this pharmacology and allied substances. Sorry, allied subjects. Okay, which will include this HAP and all. Okay, now you're studying in your B Pharm. You are studying this pharmacology in 3 papers, right? You have pharmacology 1, 2, and 3 in different semesters. All right. So tell me, what is the importance or what do you find important or significant in pharmacology? Anybody? So actually, this pharmacology, it can act as a bridge between some other disciplines also. For example, you have anatomy and physiology, right? Now, what are you studying in anatomy and physiology? The structure and functions of different organs and all, right? So if you learn this anatomy and physiology, that is anatomy and physiology. What is happening in pharmacology? You're studying about the drugs which can act in particular organs, right? So it connects, both of them are connected together. Then you have pathophysiology. What is pathophysiology? You can learn about the diseases that is affecting your body, right? So you have drugs to treat these diseases. So pathophysiology and pharmacology, it is connected. Again, medicinal chemistry. What are you learning in medicinal chemistry? It is basically the structure and the designing of drugs and all. So if you have learned the pharmacology, that is the basic thing. And then you can go to the structure. So that is also connected. Okay. Then you have the clinical therapeutics and medicinal chemistry, which is the application. So this pharmacology can act as a bridge of all these 4 disciplines, right? So that is a major significance of pharmacology. And also, if you're studying pharmacology, you can easily connect and learn other disciplines also. That is also a benefit of learning this pharmacology. Okay, now let's see a question. Okay, so this was a previous year question, which was asked in the last year in 2025 GPAT. Okay, so the question is, mirabegron is used in the management of an overactive bladder. Okay, that is the question. Then they have given you 4 options: beta-2 agonist, beta-3 agonist, N3 antagonist, and beta-1 agonist. Okay, so the question is, they said that mirabegron can be used to treat this overactive bladder. In which receptor is this mirabegron acting? Anybody? Now, have you heard about this drug? Okay, this is actually a new drug Now, this drug has been included in the latest edition, that is the 9th edition of Tripathi. Okay. So the answer is it is a beta-3 agonist. Okay, so this mirabegron, it is actually an approved first-line drug for treating this overactive bladder. Okay, now in your bladder, actually you have different muscles, right? So you have a detrusor muscle, and this beta-3 receptor is actually present on your detrusor muscle. So when this drug goes and binds to this beta-3 receptor on your bladder, what happens is that it causes relaxation of your bladder. So what will happen when your bladder gets relaxed? Its storage space increases, right? That is, the bladder capacity increases. Okay, so your symptoms like urgency, frequency, all can be reduced. All right, so that is the use of this drug, mirabegron. Okay, and this drug was included in the latest edition of Tripathi also. Okay, so such questions, very relevant questions can be asked from this pharmacology. Okay, yeah, so that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Nana ma'am. So next I would like to hand it over to Nijya ma'am to discuss about pharmaceutical chemistry.
Good evening all. Myself Nijya. I'm one of your teacher that handling pharmaceutical chemistry and allied subject along with Emily madam and Sushma madam. So coming into the sub-subjects of pharmaceutical chemistry, we have 8 subjects under the pharmaceutical chemistry. You can see here organic chemistry, medicinal chemistry, biochemistry, physical chemistry, inorganic chemistry, pharmaceutical analysis, pharmaceutical quality assurance, and instrumental methods of analysis. And you can expect 38 number of questions from this pharmaceutical chemistry and allied subject, and you will get 152 marks from this 38 questions. So the number of questions or the percentage of questions from this pharmaceutical chemistry will be almost 30%, which is similar to that of pharmaceutics. So when we are taking the sub-subjects of this pharmaceutical chemistry, we need to focus more on the organic chemistry, medicinal chemistry, then into the pharmaceutical analysis and also to the instrumental methods of analysis. When regarding with the biochemistry, physical chemistry, and pharmaceutical quality assurance, the number of questions will be less when comparing with the organic, medicinal, and analysis. Okay, so when we are studying about the organic chemistry, we need to focus more on the named reactions, heterocyclic chemistry, and some of the catalysts which is included under the named reactions, and the stereochemistry. That are the core areas of organic chemistry. Then coming into the medicinal chemistry area, as the Nayantara madam said that, which is already linked with the pharmacology. So when we are taking for studying this medicinal chemistry, first of all, we need to study the pharmacology. So the mechanism of action, uses, drug interactions, and all you can study from the pharmacology. And after that, you can take the structure of each compound, which is included in your syllabus. And you can study what are the SAR, which is important for your exam. Okay, no need to study all SAR points for your Gpat exam. Just study what are the important points which should be asked for your exam. Then coming into the biochemistry, it is important to study the metabolic areas like carbohydrate metabolism, protein metabolism, and lipid metabolism or nucleic acid metabolism. No need to study that big cycle. Just study what are the important steps in that and also what are the important enzymes which is included in those reaction steps. In that way, you can study the biochemistry. Then coming into that inorganic chemistry, we need to focus more on what are the important official preparations or official compounds which is included in the pharmacopoeia. Then coming into the pharmaceutical analysis, which is mainly included with the titrometric analysis like complexometry, non-aqueous titrations, then acid-base titrations, etc. That are the important areas for that pharmaceutical analysis or titrometric analysis. But the tough questions will be from the instrumental methods of analysis like UV visible spectroscopy, IR spectroscopy, NMR, and mass spectroscopy. Then chromatography also important for the instrumental methods of analysis. So when we are taking this pharmaceutical chemistry, the questions will be a little tough when comparing with the other subjects. So I can show you one question from the organic chemistry. So this is the question which is asked from or which is taken from the Gpat 2025 exam paper. The question is the number of stereoisomers of 3-bromo-2-butanol. Actually, the question is very simple, but we need to know what is this 3-bromo-2-butanol. We need to write the structure of that compound, 3-bromo-2-butanol. Number of stereoisomers they are asked. So first we need to know what is stereoisomer. So stereoisomer is a special type of isomerism in that the structural formula or the connection of atoms are same for the compound, but there will be difference in the arrangement or the spatial arrangement of the atoms are different in that compound. That is called as stereoisomers or stereoisomerism. Okay, so that we need to know about that. Then coming into that 3-bromo-2-butanol, you can see 3-bromo. Butanol means how many carbon atoms are included in that structure? Butanol. Anybody? 4 carbon atoms, right? So 4 carbon atoms are included in the structure of butanol. You can see that butanol. So there is a functional group also. Which functional group will be there?
Alcohol.
Yes, alcohol. That means hydroxyl group, which is attached with the OH functional group. So 4 carbon atom, which is attached with an alcoholic group at which position? At the second position, to butanol, right? Then coming into the substituent, you can see bromo. So it's a halogen. It's an electronegative atom which is attached at the which position? 3-bromo. Substitution is there at the third carbon atom. Second carbon is attached with OH functional group or alcoholic functional group. Third carbon atom is attached with the substituent, that is bromo. Okay, so you know that now there are 4 carbon atoms in the compound. So before showing that isomerism, okay, there should be at least chiral center, or in order to show the optical activity, there should be a chiral center. Then we have a formula for finding out that number of stereoisomers or number of optical isomers, that is 2 raised to n. Okay, we have an that is 2 raised to n will be therefore finding out the number of stereoisomers. So when you are writing the structure of this, a minute. So 4 carbon atoms are attached. And you know that 3-bromo, then 2-butanol, right? So 2-butanol, then other carbon, then other positions are occupied with hydrogen atom, right? So like this, you can draw the structure of 3-bromo-2-butanol, and you know that that naming of this organic compounds, the lowest number should be there for functional group. That's why we chosen this second position for this carbon atom. Then you can see 2 chiral centers. There are 2 chiral centers for this 3-bromo-2-butanol. Then what is a chiral carbon atom? The chiral carbon atom or asymmetric center or stereogenic center is a carbon atom that is attached with 4 functional groups. You can see here also. This is a chiral carbon atom, and the third carbon also, it is a chiral carbon atom. Here, all the valencies of carbon atoms are filled with 4 different functional groups. So we can take the C2 and C3 as a chiral center. So we know that there is a molecular, there is a formula for finding out the number of stereoisomer, that is 2 raised to n. Here, the n stands for what? N means number of chiral center. N means the number of chiral center or chiral carbon. Okay, so 2 raised to, how many chiral centers are here? 2 raised to 2, that's equal to 4. Here, so 4 stereoisomers are possible for 3-bromo-2-butanol. So in order to answer this question, first we need to know what is the stereoisomer. Then we need to draw the structure of this 3-bromo and 2-butanol. Okay, so that's all about this question. This is a question, and it's an easier question from the organic chemistry. But when we are taking the questions of that analytical chemistry, it is a little bit difficult. But we can help you to answer that type of question. That's all about the pharmaceutical chemistry and analytics. Thank you.
Thank you, Najmi ma'am. Let me hand over to Anjali madam for discussing about pharmacognosy.
Thank you, madam. Good evening, all. First of all, I appreciate all dear students for joining us in this venture. You have got a nice online platform. So a few words about our subject, pharmacognosy and allied subjects. So before that, my name is Anjali. I'll be dealing with pharmaceutics and pharmacognosy. So here, in this, number of questions will be around 10 to 15, and the marks will be around 40 to 50. Then you have to refer to textbooks mainly. You know that you have referred in B.Pharm, that is Prison Events and Gpa's pharmacognosy textbook. Then Our pharmacognosy, that subject is, it's usually a subject which is where you can reap what you sow. That is, it's a subject. I'm not backstabbing any other subjects, but this is a subject which has only least importance when compared to other subject, other core subjects. But this is a subject where you have no more confusions. What you study will be directly asked in questions. Okay, so happy learning. Now straight away to the questions. Ma'am, can you please change the slide? So this is a question asked in the previous year, that is Gpat 2025. So Trikadu in Ayurveda is combination of. Before that, you have to learn in this subject the source, constituents and uses of crude drugs, the herbaceous drugs, then various chemical tests, etc. You have to focus more on these areas. Okay. So question will be asked like this. Trikadu is in Ayurveda is combination of. So actually 3 you know, it means Trikadu. In that TRI means 3. So in Sanskrit it means 3 acids. So we know that from that itself we know that there are 3 drugs, that is black pepper, long pepper and ginger. So that's finally the answer, option C. So Trikadu is a mixture of black pepper, piper nigrum, then long pepper, piper longum and ginger, that is Zingiber officinale. Then you know that Ayurveda uses all these combination. It has fixed combination of all these drugs. Then one more thing to remember here is 3K2. It means in Sanskrit, it means 3 acids. Okay. So that's all from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. So let me hand over to Ms. Sir for discussing about the other subjects.
Thank you all. I think you have discussed some beautiful subjects, and the rest subjects are here, like pharmaceutical jurisprudence, pharmacy practice, social and preventive pharmacy, biostatics, and research methodology. Here, only 11 questions. Okay, 11 marks. 11 questions are asking from this session, but this is very important because nowadays after BPharm you can see one exam, drug inspector, medical devices, especially for medical devices. In that, only questions in our area will be from pharmaceutical jurisprudence, especially from the law connected with the medical devices. So after your BPharm, this jurisprudence is very important, and also in other exams, other analyst exam, drug inspector exam, special emphasis to this jurisprudence is there. So it's a very important area, and also whenever we consider this pharmacy practice and social and preventive pharmacy, after your BPharm, you are facing this thing only. Okay, you should interact with the patients and other society. So you should deal very well this subject. Okay, so pharmacy practice and social and preventive pharmacy, very important because of our daily activities connected with these subjects only. So, for example, other exams, when we are discussing about exams, Gulf exams and other countries like NAPLEX or OPERA exam for Australia, mainly they are asking questions from these areas. So, these questions, these areas are very important for all exams, especially in Gpat also. Maybe some areas included with the other topics like pharmacology or medicinal chemistry. This also very important. So you please should not omit this subject. Give weightage to this subject also. Okay, so we can directly see one question from jurisprudence, pharmaceutical law. Question: as per the new drugs and clinical trial rules 2019, an orphan drug is intended to treat a condition affecting fewer than 1 lakh people in India, fewer than 5 lakh people in India, fewer than 10 lakh people in India, less than 1% of the population. So what is orphan drug? So anybody answer? orphan drug. So orphan drug means a drug for a rare disease. Okay. So according to the definition of this clinical trial rule, what is orphan drug? That is the question. So next slide. Yeah. So answer is according to our rule, India rule, the drug or the disease, the drug that treat the disease that affects less than 5 lakh people in India. So that is the definition. Okay. So next slide. So just go through these slides. Some explanations and some key definitions are there. Please go through this slide with 1 or 2 seconds. Okay, next slide, please. Next slide. And I have one question for you. If anyone read the previous slide, and I have one question. What is the timeline, approval timeline for orphan drug? Anyone? What is the approval timeline for orphan drug? So one important thing when you are reading, you should read the solutions also, because that may be important for the coming exam. Okay. So in that explanation also, the answer was there. Junior, can you please take the previous slide? Approval timeline for the normal new drug is 90 working days, but for the orphan drug, 30 working days is the timeline for the orphan drugs. Okay, so when you are studying, please read the solutions and prepare for the exam. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. So we have gone through all of the main subjects like chemistry, pharmaceutics, pharmacognosy, pharmacology, and other subjects. So thank you, dear teachers, for explaining about each of the subject and question from that. Next, apart from the Gpat, what all are the other services or opportunities of education that we are providing to students? So we are preparing students for pharmacist examination, for especially for the Gulf countries, and we are also preparing students for central as well as state PSC exams, board exams, as well as Gpat, NIPER, higher studies examinations also. Then we would like to share our success stories also. Like in the last year, GPAT 2025, we have around 10 students from our institute who have passed this exam with good scores, and we have already heard from Achyut Aravind. So next, I would like to share with you or introduce you a person uh, who did her coaching in this institute itself. So her name is Asma. Okay. So the thing about Asma we would like to share is she passed her BPharm uh, in back in 2019. Okay. And at that time, she got a government job opportunity and she switched directly to a job. And she need to drop the dream of MPharm at that time. But later, she tried to join for the MPharm program and joined our institute for GPAT coaching. Okay, so she is having a job, managing family, and we know that in this panel also we have at least few candidates who are working candidates. Okay, so I don't know like how much gap you may have after completing the B farm, but whatever be the gap, okay, we had candidates in the last year who had more than 10 years gap difference. So whatever be the gap, uh, it is something that you can achieve even after the gap. Okay, so better late than never is a very good statement I can apply in the case of Asma madam. So she is currently working as analyst in the grade 3 position in the drug testing laboratory at Thrissur. So because of her work schedule and traveling, we are not able to meet her right now. Okay, but still, uh, we have kept this here to encourage you. Like if anyone of you are working professionals here, if you think that is it a good time to join for GPAT program, or is it possible for me to achieve this? If you have any sort of such doubts within your mind, we can say that yes, you can join. This is something that you can achieve. So Asma, who qualified with 205 in the All India rank in the last GPAT 2025 exam, is a good example that we can show to you. Okay, so that's it about this candidate. And not only in the case of GPAT, in other arenas also like PSC, Gulf exams, we are having a lot of success stories to share with you. And recently, three of our friends, they have entered into the drug inspector position after completing the coaching over here. So we have a lot of success stories to share with you. And apart from this educational services, we are also providing data flow verification services to pharmacists who are planning to go abroad. And next, we would like to discuss about how our GPAT course would be. So you know that from September 15 onwards, we are starting the live classes. So every Monday to Friday, you will be having a live class, and that will be like an interactive session. Okay, so it will be on the Zoom platform itself, just like this webinar. And we request the active participation from all of you in the live classes, and it will be mostly in the evening time. So almost in the 7 to 8:30, it will be 1.5 hour class timing. So based on the student request, we will select the appropriate time slot for you. So because we know that some of you are from hostelers, so we will definitely consider that aspect also. But it will be a 1.5 hour class. Okay, and apart from the live classes, you will be having recorded classes and self-learning modules. And we have already discussed about the test that we will be providing you. And in one of the previous slide, we have seen about how much importance are there for each of the subjects, right? Like 38 questions are coming from pharmaceutical chemistry and suitics. So based on that data itself, we are also providing you the live classes and other study materials with more importance to pharmaceutical chemistry, pharmaceutics, followed by pharmacology, pharmacognosy, and other subjects. So a total of 150 live classes will be given to you in this time period of September to April. We are planning to end up this long-term course by the end of April 30. And after that, till the time the GPAT 2026 examination will be announced, we will be giving you mock test. Okay. And next, I would like to take you through about the Gpat course that you will be having in the uh, app. Okay. So how many of you have downloaded the Samsung Metlin app? Let me have a idea on that. Anyone downloaded the app? Okay. Okay. So I could see a few of are raising their hands. Okay. So is the screen visible to you, GPAT NIPER 2026 course? Okay. So this is how the course will be appearing to you. Okay. So in that, under the content, you will be having the Gpat Sniper. So all the subjects, okay, all the study materials required for each of the subject will be categorized within these folders. Okay, like pharmaceutics and allied subjects, pharmaceutical chemistry and allied subjects. So all these, they have the sub-subjects. Okay, so all the sub-subjects which the teachers, they have just shown you, they are included in this folders in the sub-subject. Okay, and you will have the notes, videos, and questions for practice, and additional questions for practice. All resources are available for you. You can definitely go through this study materials over here. Recorded videos are available here, and whenever new live classes are being recorded, we will allow you to grant the access to those videos as well. Okay, so this is how the content will be delivered to you in the app. Okay. I'm just switching back to the slide. So next we will hear from Musamil sir. He's also our co-lead for the Gpat program. So I would like to hand it over to Musamil sir for discussing about Gpat fee and the scholarship. Sir,
Okay, good
please.
evening all.
Okay.
So this is our Gpat fee structure. So if you prefer one-time payment, and this is the 3,999 will be the fee of our Gpat course. But if you prefer installment, you can pay a payment of 1,500 and later followed by 1,000 three times. Second installment, third installment, and fourth installment. To our next slide. Then this is about the scholarship exam. First, you have to download our app from Play Store or App Store. And before attending the test, you have to fill a Google form. We will share in this chat or in the WhatsApp group. So, and after downloading, under the badges, first the important thing is, if you while you are filling the Google form, you should fill your phone number as the same as you have entered in this our app. And previous slide. So open the app and there is badges under the app. Then in the badges there is Gpat and Gpat scholarship exam 2026. So there is 30 questions. The questions will be similar to Gpat exam. The questions weighted will be similar to Gpat exam. There is but the difference thing is, in Gpat exam you have 125 questions, while here in this scholarship exam you have only 30 questions. And the marking scheme, it's also similar to Gpat exam. There is 4 mark for correct answer, and there is negative 1 mark if the opted answer is incorrect, and there will be no deduction in unanswered questions. So in the 30 questions, 8 questions from pharmaceutics and allied subjects, and 8 will be from pharmaceutical chemistry and allied subject, 7 from pharmacology and allied subject, and 3 from pharmacognosy, and 2 from jurisprudence, and 2 from pharmacy practice. So that's all about the weightage of the questions in these 30 questions. And this test is conducted for 20 minutes. You can participate after you have opened this test. You cannot back from the you cannot shift back from the app, or you can't minimize this app. If you try to minimize or shift back, it will automatically, if the test will be submitted, you cannot continue the test again. And this exam will be started from 7 p.m. tomorrow, and this exam will be end at 7:30 p.m. After 7:30 p.m. you can't access this test. Next slide. So the benefits or the prices of the scholarship exam. The top one will have 100% off from our Gpat scholarship, Gpat course, Gpat NIPA 2026 course. So the top one will have this Gpat 2026 course for free, and the second topper will have 50% off. They he or she have to pay only the 50%, that is 2000 rupees only. And there is a special offers if your college or you are from your institute, if there is 10 plus students, we have discussed a Google form and this scholarship exam. If your friends and other friends from your college, if there is 10 plus students from your institute participated in this scholarship test, the top three candidates from your institute, will have 10,000 rupees off for our Gpat Niper 2026 course. And if 10 plus students purchased our course, earlier we have discussed the 10 plus students participated in our Gpat 2026 scholarship exam. Here we are discussing about if the 10 plus students from your institute purchased our Gpat 2026 long-term course, top 5 candidates from this scholarship exam will have 1000 rupees off in our Gpat 2026 long-term course. That's all. But I link on the Google form in there.
So just one more thing to add over here. So we will share with you these links for registering the scholarship exam, and also we will share one more link to join in a WhatsApp group. Okay, we request you to join in the WhatsApp group if you want to know more updates regarding our upcoming events about the scholarship and admission and everything. So that's about our discussion. So if
there is a doubt in chat box.
Okay.
So government colleges, one doubt is there. How many seats are there in government colleges? For Kerala, government colleges include Trivandrum, Calicut, MPharm available in Kottayam. So, 3 colleges, correct?
Kannur.
Pariyaram also. Okay, Kannur. So, around 100, under 100. So, almost 100, correct, Musamil?
More than 100.
Yeah, more than 100 seats available in different subjects. Okay. And one more question. I am from Tamil Nadu. Can I attend? Yeah, definitely you can attend anywhere from India. Okay. So thank you all. And one more thing is there, we conduct a contest yesterday, correct, Musamil?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Let's.
Sir.
Yeah. So we can announce the winner of that contest. I'm inviting Musamil to announce the winner of that 1000 rupees Amazon voucher, correct? So who is the winner, Musamil?
Just wait, sir.
Okay. So
it is okay. It is Amrita KJ from Koikot. I think she's not studying. She's working something.
Okay, Amrita KJ. Okay.
From Koikot. She's living in Koikot.
So Amrita KJ is the winner for that the Amazon voucher winner. Okay. Amrita attending or not? No problem. So we can give. Thank you for the participation. And our classes will be in English only. So entire Gpat course will be in English only. So you can join from any state. Okay. So thank you. Anything else?
Yes, sir.
So thank you all for joining us in between your busy schedules. So think about the Gpat and think about your future and take a good decision. Thank you all, especially Junia, Musamil, Dana, Nechia, and every faculty and all students who attended the class. Thank you very much.